Beloved, beloved, before you even press play, I already was here. Before your breathing calmed, before the tears you tried to hide dried, I was already looking at you with love. Nothing in you goes unnoticed before my eyes. I see what no one sees. I hear what no one hears. I know the sound of your heart when it tries to beat steadily, but it's tired. You've been trying to be strong, haven't you? He's been smiling so as not to worry anyone. You've been saying everything's fine, when in reality, inside, it feels like something broke. There are days when you wake up and ask yourself, how long, Lord? Days when silence weighs heavily, when faith seems distant, when fear whispers that I have forgotten you. But I tell you now, I haven't forgotten you. I don't walk away from those who are tired. I don't get angry with people who cry. I approach, I hug, I heal. Remember Hagar, that woman who fled to the desert. She was alone, without anyone, without strength, without hope. She thought no one saw her, but it was there in the midst of her pain that I found her. And she called me, God who sees me. Because even in the place where no one else cares, I see. And today I tell you, I see you. I see your long nights when the pillow knows your prayers. I see the lump in your throat when you try to be firm for the one you love. I see the effort that no one applauds, the battles that no one understands, and I say, you are not invisible. The pain that goes through you is not the end of the story. There are times when the desert seems endless, don't you think? You look to one side and see sand, look at the other and only see the wind. It seems like life has lost its way. But listen, the desert is not your tomb. The desert is the place where I find you without distractions. It is where your soul learns to hear me. This is where I turn tears into strength. Maybe you've said, Lord, I can't take it anymore, and I answer, I know. But I also tell you, you haven't seen all that I can do yet. I didn't bring you here to abandon you. I did not allow every tear to go unnoticed. Every pain that shaped you was also a hand that prepared you. Do you remember when the sun sets and the sky suddenly seems to darken? Still, the stars appear. They only glow in the dark. So is your faith. She is not lost in the darkness. It is in the darkness that she reveals herself. You feel scared, I know. Fear of losing, fear of not being enough, fear of starting over. But there is no fear that I cannot calm. When Peter was sinking in the water, I stretched out my hand. He cried out, Lord, save me. And before the wave covered him, I caught him. Today I reach out again. To you. No matter how high the waters have risen, I'm still here. You don't need to hide what you feel. I don't love you any less for having doubts. I don't walk away when your heart wavers. I love you in the midst of your weakness. I love you when you try and fail. I love you when you fail and come back crying. My love does not depend on your performance. It only depends on my heart, and my heart does not change. How many times have you thought I was silent? But silence is not always absence. Sometimes it's preparation. When a seed is underground, no one sees it, but she's not dead. It is germinating. And this is how your life is now. It seems dark, it seems without an answer, but there is something being born. I am working in the depths, where your eyes cannot reach. You've been demanding so much of yourself. You want to get it right, you want to do everything right. You want to prove that you are strong. But I tell you, you don't need to prove anything. You just need to rest in me. The strength that sustains you is not yours. It is mine. You try to carry the world on your shoulders, but I am the one who holds the world up. Delivery. Trust. I'll take care of it. Remember when I fed the multitude with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? It seemed impossible, but the impossible is my field of work, and the little in my hands will always be enough. So bring your little, the little of your faith, the little of your hope, the little of your courage. I don't need much, I just need you. Close your eyes now, feel my presence. I'm there. It doesn't matter where you are, in the dark room, in the parked car, in the silence of dawn, I'm there. And I want to remind you of something. Nothing you went through was in vain. Each tear was a seed, and there is a time for every seed to blossom. Harvest time will come, but now it's time to rest in me. Your name is engraved on my hands. When the world forgets you, I will still say, "This is my son, this is my daughter." And everything seems to fall apart, I will be the solid ground. When the night is long, I will be the light. When your heart is weak, I will be your shelter. Nothing can separate you from my love, neither the past, nor fear, nor error. What I did on the cross was definitive. You are loved, you are forgiven, you are seen. So now take a deep breath. Give me the weight you carry. Tell me what no one else has heard. Tell me what hurts, what scares you, what stops you from dreaming. I already know, but I want to hear your voice because every word of yours is precious to me. Lord, here is your son, your daughter. Here is the tired heart, the empty hands, the teary eyes. Here is who needs to be healed. Play now, Holy Spirit. Calm the wind within the soul. Renew faith, rekindle hope. It shows that there is a new dawn prepared by you. I tell you, my son, my daughter, you have not been forgotten. You are not alone. I have looked to you with love every step of the way. And even when everything seems to stand still, I keep acting. What is a tear today will be a testimony tomorrow. What hurts today will be remembered tomorrow as the place where you found me. Rest in peace. I am here. And if your heart is still restless, just keep this certainty. I see you, I love you, I won't leave you. And as time passes and the day begins again, know there is still something I want to show you. Something that will change the way you see everything. But for now, just feel my love. How many times have you looked around and thought, I have no one with me? How many times did the silence of the night seem to scream louder than any words of comfort? How many times have you entered a place full of people but felt invisible, as if no one noticed the weight your heart carries? I know. You try to move on, you try to get up, you try to smile, but there is an emptiness that insists on following you. And sometimes that emptiness seems bigger than anything. But today, I want to tell you, you were never alone. Not for a moment. Remember when my disciples were in the boat? The sea was rough, the wind was blowing hard, and the waves threatened to capsize everything. They despaired, screamed, ran from one side to the other. And I was sleeping. Asleep, yes, but never absent. I was there in the same boat. As the wind roared and the fear grew, I was there. They thought I didn't care. But when despair reached its limit, they called to me, Lord, save us, we are perishing. And I stood up, looked at the sea and said, calm down. And the wind ceased. Silence returned. Peace was made. So it is with you. Sometimes it feels like I'm sleeping. It seems like I don't listen, I don't speak, I don't act, but I never left your boat. I never stopped being with you. The sea may roar, the wind may scream, the waves may frighten you, but my presence is the anchor that keeps you standing. How many times in the midst of pain have you asked me, Lord, why don't you speak? Why doesn't the Lord do anything? And I tell you, I speak even in silence. There are answers that only silence reveals. There are miracles that only come into being when the noise stops. Sometimes what you call absence is just the time when I work most deeply. I am shaping what you cannot yet see. Do you remember Elijah? He also felt alone. He ran away, hid in a cave, and asked to die. The prophet who faced kings, who saw fire fall from the sky, suddenly felt small, tired, empty. But it was there in the silence of the mountain that I visited him. Not in strong wind, nor in earthquake, nor in fire, but in a soft and gentle voice. It was in that whisper that Elijah realized I was still there. And today, I whisper again to you. In the midst of your discouragement, in the midst of tiredness, in the midst of loneliness, I am here. You may not see me, but I see you. You may not feel me, but I touch you. You may think you're lost, but I know exactly where to find you. I walk beside you on the empty streets, on the silent bus, in the early mornings when sleep doesn't come. When you hold your cell phone and have no one to text, I am the one who reads the thoughts you can't write. Remember when the people of Israel crossed the desert? During the day, I guided them with a pillar of cloud. At night, with a column of fire. They were never alone. And neither are you. You may not see the cloud or the fire, but my presence continues to guide your steps. The path may seem dry, but there is manna hidden in the ground of your journey. There is provision even in places where you think there is nothing. I see you trying to be strong while your heart cries in silence. I see you walking firmly on the outside, but trembling on the inside. I see you offering help while you need help too. And I say, you don't have to carry everything yourself. I'm with you. I carry it with you. When the weight is too much, give it to me. I don't get tired. I don't give up. I won't let go of your hand. You know that time when you thought you couldn't take another day, but still you got up, took a deep breath and went? It was I who sustained you. It was my hand that held you when your strength was gone. You didn't realize it, but I was there. When the pain seemed unbearable, I wrapped you in silence. And when the tears fell without explanation, I collected them. Not a single tear of yours was lost. Each of them has a purpose before me. There are times when my work is invisible, because what I am healing is not what is outside. It is what is inside. Sometimes, before I can change the situation, I need to change your heart, and I know it hurts. I know you feel lonely, tired, forgotten. But listen, what I am doing in you is deeper than what you can imagine. I'm teaching your heart to trust, even when you don't understand. Look at a tree. Before it can flower, its roots must grow downwards in the dark. The roots grow silently, hidden, invisible. But it is there, where no one sees, that life grows stronger. So it is with you too. Your growth doesn't just happen on the days of joy. It happens on the nights when you cry and still believe. Your faith grows stronger when the ground seems to disappear, and yet you say, Lord, I trust in you. Son, daughter, I never promised the path would be easy, but I did promise that I would never leave you alone. And that promise remains. In the darkest valleys, I am the light. In the most intense pain, I am the comfort. In the deepest doubts, I am the answer. When everything seems empty, remember, emptiness is also a space where I can inhabit. Think of David. He was anointed king. But before sitting on the throne, he had to hide in caves, flee, fight, wait. And in all these moments, he sang to me. Even though he was wounded, he called me refuge. And that is what I am to you now. Refuge, safe place, shelter in the midst of chaos, rest in the midst of pain. Maybe what surrounds you seems too dark, but even the longest night has an end. The sun always comes back, and when he returns, you will see that I have been with you all along, guiding you, protecting you, sustaining you. Nothing was in vain. Not as perdas, not as lagrimas, not as pauses. It was all part of a path where I taught you to depend on me. So now, let me wrap you up. Close your eyes. Feel my presence. It is not imagination. It is my spirit whispering within you. I'm so close that I can hear even what your heart doesn't say. I know your thoughts, your fears, your memories. And yet I choose you. I call you by name. I hug you. You're not forgotten. You have not been left out. What seems like silence is just the sound of my care happening in another tone. When you don't feel my voice, you feel my sustenance. When you don't understand my actions, trust in my love. Because even when everything changes, my love remains. And now, as you listen to this prayer, let the weight fall from your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Feel the peace slowly coming in like a gentle breeze. This peace does not come from the world. It comes from me, because I am peace. And my presence surrounds you at this very moment. My son, my daughter, you are not alone. Never was. Not in tears, not in waiting, not in pain. The whole sky moves when you cry out. My angels bow down when you pray, and I bow too. So keep this certainty in your heart. Even when the world seems empty, I'm still here. Even when the boat rocks, I'm still in control. Even when the wind roars, I keep saying, be still. And now, while your heart rests in this love that never fails, knows that there is something being prepared in the invisible, something that soon, very soon, you will understand. But for now, just be at peace, because I, your God, am with you. Have you ever stopped to think that what seems like the end isn't always the end? How many times has something fallen apart and you thought it was the end of the story? But over time, you realized it was just the beginning of something new. So it is with what you are living now. What seems like confusion today will be revealed tomorrow as part of a perfect plan. I have plans for you, plans for peace, not evil. Plans that time does not erase, that fear does not destroy, that failure does not nullify. Even when everything seems to be getting out of control, I still continue to write your story carefully. Nothing happens by chance when it is in my hands. Do you remember Joseph, that young man who was betrayed by his own brothers, sold, unjustly imprisoned, forgotten by those who promised to help him? He looked at the cold prison walls, and perhaps he too asked himself, Lord, where are your promises? But what Joseph didn't see was that, even in that place of pain, I was weaving something great. Because one day, from prison, I took him to the palace, and everything that seemed like loss turned into purpose. How many times have you looked at your own life and said, nothing makes sense? How many times has the dream seemed too far away? But what if I told you that the time of waiting is not wasted time? It is preparation time. I'm not late, I prepare. While you wait, I adjust paths, shape your heart, strengthen your faith. Have you ever noticed how long it takes for a tree to grow? First comes the seed, invisible, hidden in the earth. Then the roots grow deep, silently, before any leaves appear. This is your life. There is a time to plant, a time to blossom, and a time to bear fruit. But in all times, I'm still the gardener. Have you ever wondered why some doors closed? Why didn't that plan work? Why did that person leave? Why did that path end so unexpectedly? Not every no is rejection. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes it's my love saying, not now, I have something better. Remember Moses? He thought the purpose was over when he fled to the desert. But what seemed like the end of the road was the beginning of his calling. It was there, amidst the silence and the dust, that the bush began to burn. And it was there, in the place of solitude, that I spoke to him face to face. I can also turn your desert into an altar. Do you believe your time has passed? Do you think what you lost cannot be restored? I tell you, nothing is lost when it is placed in my hands. Abraham waited years for the promise, and when everything seemed humanly impossible, the miracle happened. Time may tire the body, but it never erases what I promised. Closer voice in a confidential tone. I know sometimes you doubt. You look back and see mistakes, falls, regrets, but what I do doesn't depend on your past. It depends on my love, and my love is eternal. I take what was broken and make it new. I transform ruins into a dwelling. I make life spring forth where you only see ashes. Can you believe that something is being restored now as you hear these words? Can you feel my spirit touching what was dormant within you? The hope that seemed dead is breathing again. The dreams you buried are about to blossom. Not because you are strong, but because I am faithful. When I look at you, I see no failure. I see promise. I see destiny. I see a son, a daughter, who will still witness great things. You think it's too late, but I am the God who makes the sun stand still and time obey. Nothing is too late for me. Think of Ruth. She lost everything, but she didn't lose her faith. And by continuing to walk, even without understanding, she found the right field at the right time, and the miracle happened. I also have a field prepared for you, a place where things begin to blossom again. Are you willing to continue believing even without seeing? Are you willing to trust even when you don't understand? Faith is not about seeing the path. It is about holding my hand and keeping walking. And I promise you, every step of faith opens a new door before you. I have guided you even when you think you are walking alone. Every detail, every encounter, every weight, it's all part of something bigger. Nothing escapes my gaze. Neither the tears shed nor the prayers said in silence. Every amen you whispered was heard. Can you remember a time when I surprised you? Where did a door open without explanation? When did something work out even when everything indicated otherwise? These signs were reminders that I am still in control, and I remain in control now. Son, daughter, I want to invite you to look inside and realize how far we have come together. How many times have I lifted you up when no one else was around? How many times have I renewed you when your soul said, "It's over"? I was there, I am here, and I will continue to guide you. If you want, share what I've already done for you. Tell your testimony, even if it's small, because when you talk about what I have already accomplished, you feed the faith of someone who is listening now in the same desert you have already crossed. Have you ever thought that your testimony could be the answer to someone's prayer? Your story, your process, your yes, even when wounded, all of it has power. Nothing is wasted when lived with me. Now, take a deep breath. Feel hope being reborn in your chest. Feel the faith pulsing again. I am rekindling the flame that fear tried to extinguish. The promise still lives. The journey still has purpose. And what I started in you, I'll finish it myself. When you doubt, remember, Joseph left the prison for the palace. Moses left the desert to free a people. Ruth left pain behind to experience a new love. And you will come out of this valley with a new heart. I have plans for you, plans that time cannot cancel and that the enemy cannot stop. Everything that seems confusing now will be a source of gratitude later. Trust continues. I am writing your story with love, and it is still being written. And if these words touched your heart, talk to me. Leave in the comments what I've already shown you, or just write, "I trust," because every word of yours, every gesture of faith rises before me as a living prayer. Now, close your eyes. Give me your plans, your fears, your dreams. Let me be the author of your next page, because what I have prepared, it's much bigger than anything you imagined. You've come this far because something inside you still believes. Even though you're tired, something inside you still waits, still searches, still cries out. And I tell you, this is faith. It is this flame that I myself lit within your heart. It may have weakened for a few days, but it never went out, because my presence never left you. I am with you until the end, on good days and on bad days, in days of laughter and in days of tears. I walk beside you when the sky is clear and also when the storm covers the sun. And that is why I now want to teach you how to live with your heart fixed on me, not just by hearing, but by practicing. Because faith is not just a feeling, it is a daily path. And I want to guide you on this path. Let's go together. Start your day with me before the voices of the world call you, before your thoughts race. Take a moment to talk to me. There is no need for beautiful words or long prayers. Just close your eyes and say, "Lord, thank you for another day. I give you all that I am and all that I have." Let this small gesture become your first act of love every morning. And as you do this, you will feel the difference. Anxiety decreases, peace grows, the heart learns to breathe more lightly. Have you ever noticed how the world tries to occupy your first thought of the day? But when you put me first, everything falls into place. It's not magic, it's presence. And my presence orders chaos and brings direction. Feed your spirit with my word. Just as the body needs food, so does the soul, and the food of the spirit is the word. Open the Bible, even if it's just for a few minutes, not as an obligation, but as a meeting. Each verse is a message of love sent directly to you. Want to start simple? Start with Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Repeat these words out loud. Let them resonate within you until they become true in every area of your life. Ask yourself, what is the Lord saying to me today through this word? Then keep it in your heart, and when doubt comes, remember what I told you in the morning. Give what weighs on my hands. You carry burdens you were not meant to carry alone. The guilt, the fear, the worry, all these weights I have already carried on the cross. So every time something distresses you, take a deep breath and say, Lord, I give this to you. I trust you. It is not a lack of faith to feel fear. Lack of faith is keeping fear and trying to solve everything alone. Delivery, trust, and watch how I transform heaviness into rest. When the thought comes, what if it doesn't work out? Answer with faith, it will work out because God is with me. Learn to silence your heart. Not every prayer needs words. There are times when the most powerful thing is silence before me. Sit in silence for a few minutes. Breathe. Feel the air coming in, your heart slowing down. And just think, you are here, Lord. This is the moment when I speak without noise, when my voice touches the deepest part of your being. Have you ever tried listening to the wind? It is not seen, but it is felt. Such is my presence. Even if you don't see me, I am moving everything around you. Give thanks, even before seeing the miracle. Gratitude is the key that opens spiritual doors. Even before seeing, be grateful. Even before receiving praise, even before you understand, trust. Say now, Lord, thank you, because what I hope for is already in your plans. Every thank you paves the way for a new miracle. And the more you give thanks, the more you realize how blessed you already are. The enemy cannot resist a grateful heart, because gratitude is living proof that you trust in me. I don't promise you a life without challenges, but I promise you a life with purpose. When fear tries to come back, remember that I am with you until the end. When loneliness visits you, talk to me. When doubts surround you, return to my word. And when discouragement knocks on your door, remember how much I have already lifted you up. I know that sometimes the road seems long, but every step of yours is watched by me with love. And even when you stumble, I catch you before you fall. With each dawn, I renew you. With every sunset, I bless you. And at night, while you sleep, I watch over you. You will never walk alone again. Because I, your God, have chosen you. And what I start, I finish. What I promise, I fulfill. What I bless, no one can undo. Now, close your eyes. Give me tomorrow, your plans, your worries. Let my peace envelop your heart. Feel how the presence of my spirit fills this place, this moment, this prayer. I am here, I've always been here, and I will be with you until the end. Son, daughter, if this prayer touched your heart, I want you to do something. Spread this message. Share with someone who needs to hear that they are not alone. Leave your prayer request in the comments so that other brothers can also pray for you. Tell me what I have done for you, because your testimony nourishes the faith of many. And if you want to continue growing spiritually, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and walk together on this journey of faith. For I am with you, today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Nothing can separate you from my love. Amen.